So this is the third part of the telephone calls as of today concerning the mandate that my brother has with regard to a pledge to a claim from the Stadtkasse Erfurt, which has reached a stage in which one only can await the Gerichtsvollzieher. But I told him that it is difficult to thwart that off from my side, or to hand him over any additional documents now on that level, because I simply cannot be certain that I have, with that regard, each and every document which I was not waiting for and expecting. Meantime, it is likely that it had been stolen to then surprise me with, hey, we have reached the next level and now we are indeed entitled to scrutinize here everything and rob, one must say. In that case, it would be a robbery. Rob out of my flat, for example, Beweismittel, and be it an old laptop that might be of worth, not so much money wise, because I did a redo already, but in terms of well, there has never been any device as such which might have been recorded anywhere. Just assumptions. This could invite for the following assumption when I said I was recorded over in the UAE and visible here and there. People cannot be certain that they would have been able to collect each and every video cam from over there, because it is they're totally crammed, and I did visit shopping malls totally often. I was not only visible in a unbelievable African dress around the compound where I had where I had rented in myself from my own money, allowing for the impression, well, this one is somehow greenish and leftist and totally odd. No, I was indeed visible in proper clothes, or Western clothes, one must say, in shopping malls, not only in one emirate but in few. So therefore, it might have been an idea to simply collect all recordings with my voice, and then wait. Let me being occupied with it and with this and that, and wait till someone else would be trained to play me, either over there or over here in a chamber or anyhow, but just speak everything again which I then would have spoken. So, and for that, they indeed could have taken a second, a Jessica Stark. My brother would answer me nothing with regards to her well-beings, where he was. I can just say here in the neighborhood there is meantime yeah, one must say, I suggested it already, a young woman, not volljährig though, totally undermined, a minor, that indeed might have got some trainings. Yeah, and I don't mean those being able to behave upon taps and pushes here and there, with offering the right sexual positions that would already have been paid for, or due to crypto. So anyhow, that one could indeed have been taken, which would be spicy, because she is a very look-alike to my brother's Lebensgefährtin, might have been taken for playing indeed me. Thereby, my identity would become more insecure and a kind of to be thrown for free grabs onto a wider market. Because I could also suggest that there are two ways of giving people that obviously have false names another identity, just by placing them into having existed ones. This is one possibility. One also could, however, give them simply their very own old identity back. Not attractive in every case, but in that case, one indeed could also invent just any name, which was suggested by that looks similar to Sebastian Hilgenfeld when I test drove in Weimar, and when he said he was approached by a woman and she would like to listen to respond to the forename Wilhelmine. Yeah, so everyone in Germany can have a second name, which then would be a Künstlername, an artist name. So I don't know. My identity is mine. Jessica Stark is over 60, is nearly 60. It is there, and by now a third Jessica Stark, albeit at the same time a next Incarne Westermann has to exist, is only explainable on those grounds that they simply intend to doing a redo of my fate suffered misdone in the UAE, and this, if this would be already in the making, this indeed is again another case of me being taken for a quote Jan Witte Böcken formerly, of me being taken for a pioneer, and if he returns or not, he will be his information will be gatherable, as if afterwards a pioneer has no rights and duties any longer. Um, yeah, just being taken for another an expression would be just serving for certain needs of people doing their test cases, and afterwards, when my identity again had been blackened, each and every second being showable off. Look, this has that and that passed. With it was only one coincidence incident or just me being a criminal, a victim of criminals. So serving those needs of needing a test case that serves two needs, letting me be blackmailable and doing that test case in order to then doing a very huge thing. So, some people do deserve a Strafanzeige. Yeah, my brother is of course not out. Yeah, I don't really wait. It needs to be wasserdicht. His expression was out of mere nothing. So the next time you do something against my sister, as if do it wasserdicht. Yeah, don't let her get out or what. I can say this escalator accident was for certain. I can well remember to having been received a push in my back, shoulder region, by the way, and and that was an attempt of murder. And the only thing which I don't know, and which hinder indeed a little, is when it exactly was, how old I was and how old he then was. Was he already 15 or not? So as of those test cases here, if I reminded correctly, that one indeed this year or next year or at the latest the following year could be 15, and then things would be more difficult for her to being considered as we have to let her have proceeded with things. There is this second minor which I saw in the health care center, and maybe she reminded me by her looks and by her appearance and by some tones of Michaela Fahrenholz, and it was indeed Ingo Westermann, living in Dortmund though, with his Lebensgefährtin, without a known contract as far as I know. That he would remind me in the telephone call, which is YouTubed, which is a second, two Westermanns amongst each other, who would remind me due the course of that telephone, maybe 20 minutes long. After the 10th minute, he would drop the line, "You have now gotten a daughter," or what. I never wanted to have a child because I simply lacked the possibilities and had not met anyone trustable enough. So Friederike Lüthe, she would be totally enlightened and tell me, throw me the word misstrauisch, distrustful. Yeah, against those backgrounds, what can one do? It is really not a pleasure, and this Stadtgassenforderung really pisses me off, and the way my brother handles the Mandat also. The way he would respond with a 164 and StGB and the misinformation, as if he knows, as if he knew that my telephone might be wiretapped. Throwing also into the rounds, well, it is totally possible that each and every German or other person can be snatched away from streets and put behind bars of psychiatries. This is a completely a nonsense. If that happens, one has immediately have to get access to the police on that level, and also, on the other level, one would simply do a Widerspruch with a simple I, which was not enabled, which was not allowed by a Shakuntala Banerjee double when I was internalized, one must say, into the psychiatric hospital in 2012, which, however, enabled a diagnosis on which I could live in relative freedom without having to fear that from the Arbeitsamt or the job center letters arrive that were snatched away, and that would have put me on a even a less high level than as of now. This is the simple trick. Yeah, you just do people harm, put them into situations in which they cannot do really much, but others would have the responsibility simply by snatching away certain letters. It is as simple as that. That to having understood that, for that it needs either practical experience and then cleverness to work something out upon that, or to my taste likelier, sounder knowledge of German law. A practical knowledge, though. A practical knowledge which I somewhat lack, also because I myself till Erfurt 3 never was in the danger of facing such situations. Others, however, till then did.